before we get the whole rear wheel laced up, I thought I'd slow it down and explain a few things in case anybody out there is interested. When you buy spokes, they come with two different flavors. There's an in and an out, and you can tell by this top little neck here, the part that hooks into the hub. So as you can see, this one's going to be an in because it's got maybe a little more than a 90 degree, like a 100 degree turn there. Well, this one has the 90 degree turn. Also, this part on here is a little bit longer than that one. So we got maybe an 8 mil there. That one's like a 10 mil. So that's how we can figure out how to split them up. And once you do that, you go ahead and take the nipples off. And these are going to be basically the nut that we tighten. And there's going to usually be a Phillips or flathead on one side. And there's a square end on the other that you can use a spoke wrench type of a tool, or you could probably use pliers, but that might mar it, but it's up to you. And obviously you got to have your hoop and you got your hub. When you put them all together, we're going to be putting in the inners first. And let me see if I can find that one without the nipple. I just lost it. Where'd you go, buddy? There you are. The inners go in first, and what you do is you start with one of the ones that don't have the mark here. You see that mark there? That's going to be from an outer one laying. So this one we know is an inner. There's that mark again, so we know that was from a previous outer. So we'll just go ahead and put it back the way we found it. And the way the inners go is, sorry, wrong way. You start on the outside, the outer way. But once you get it in, it sits on the inside of this lip on the hub, which is why they're called the inner ones. And then you plug them in every other one, and they always go forward. And then you're going to flip. And what you can do is you can go ahead and put those in, and then you can flip the hub over with the hoop elsewhere so it's not in your way. And then you come to the other side, and you get more of those inner ones. Look for the inner one. If you can't see any of these marks, then you would just go ahead and do one that's slightly off. Like this is an inner one, so this is going to be another inner one on the other side. And then you just go every other one. Okay, then you can go ahead and you can put them into the hoop. It's pretty easy. If you look at the hoop, there's upper ones that are obviously for this side of the hub, and then there's lower ones that are for this side of the hub. So as you're going around, it repeats the pattern of 2 upper, 2 lower, and then it repeats again, 2 upper, 2 lower, 2 upper, 2 lower. And it's even simpler because the 2 upper that you would be looking for up here, only one is going to be going from the direction you're going. So as I said, the inner ones, they go forward. So you put all your inners in, and then you connect them. So for example, this is an inner here, and if I was to look where the corresponding outer is, it would probably be this one right here. And then it's not hooked up yet, so I could turn that a little bit more. Boom. And then we skip one, and this one here is actually going to be 4 away. So if that's there, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, boom. So this next inner here goes to that one. You follow that whole pattern all the way around, flip it over, follow that pattern all the way around. It doesn't take long. And then you're ready to do the outers. The outers start, let's find that one, from the inside, and then they end up laying coming out. Right? So let's see if I can do it one-handed for you real quick. So there's one that's got that mark there. All right, so I know that that's going to be an out. So I start on the inside of the hub, which is kind of contradictory, but follow along. So you see what that line is? So that's where I'm going to put those. And then I go every other one because the other ones were already taken by the inners. So then you just bust that out. Then when you come back and you're trying to line them all up, there's going to be only one spot that you can see that it goes. The next one over is going to follow that pattern of 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth one over is for the next outer. Do all your outers, and then you just go through, hand tight them. From there, you need a truing wheel. Probably need to watch a video on that, buy a tool called a truing stand. It's pretty easy, pretty cheap stuff. I'd say try it yourself if you're interested. If not, a shop probably charge you, I don't know, $1 million in today's economy. Anyways, I'm going to get back into it. Thanks for watching the show, guys. Hope you're enjoying. Stick around. guys, we got the wheel all laced up and put onto the truing stand. This stand's gonna help me see how true or how round this rim is. And you can see it's pretty good already. This fixed little pointer here helps me decide if it needs where it needs to be adjusted. And basically, just to give you a quick explanation, let's say that the whole hoop was sitting high above the pointer, and then one spot it reached down and touched the pointer, like it kind of is doing. Let's say this is the lowest point. So I would go here and maybe 3 out and 3 up. I would take all those spokes and give them like a quarter turn to try and bring that up. And then respin it and look. Okay, as you can see right now, it appears to be running right and left. So let's watch. You can see it scoops down and then goes left. All right. So then after you finish the high and low, you do right and left. And the way you do that is, let's say it pops out really hard right here on the right. So then you would want to go, or on the left, then you'd want to go to the other side and tighten those down. And it's just kind of like a give and take type situation until you get it to where it looks pretty close on there. After all done with that, we'll go through and we'll torque them all down. They usually are about maybe 3 pounds. So not a lot of torque, but that's what we do. And after that, we can put the tires on and get on to the next step.